Welcome everybody to the weekly share of Zera Shimshon. Sorry I skipped last week. It was Shavuos and there was no time. But this is Erev Shabbos Kaidish Parshas Nasai, the 10th day of Sivan, Tafshin Pei Aleph. So we're going to do a short one today. Gonna make everybody happy. I know it's Erev Shabbos and everybody's in a rush, but I'll share with you some very interesting stuff. As always, from the Zera Shimshon, about greeting your friend when he's in the middle of Shema. Okay? So it says, Yisa Hashem's panav elecha v'yasim echad shalom. On that pasuk in Parshas Nasai, we got the famous Parshas of the Birkas Kohanim. So it says, hold on. It says, Shalom Rav, like I have a Sayu Asecha ve'ein lo mai michshal. The pasuk in Tilim Kuf Yutes, Kuf Samech Hey, Kapituch. So it's a simple thing. He says, Im yesh lahem shalom lo yiyeh lahem michshal. If they have peace, then there's no reason for them to stumble. So what's the deal? There is abundant peace to lovers of the Torah, and there is no obstacle for them, on which he raises the question. The pasuk says there will be abundant peace for those who love the Torah. It concludes by saying, and there is no obstacle for them. Wait a second. If there will be peace, then we know that there won't be obstacles. Isn't the essence of peace the idea that everything is in the right place and there are no problems or challenges? I think the word shalom also doesn't really mean peace, because there's another word for peace and tranquility in Hebrew. Shalom indicates the shorish is shin lamed mem, which means shalem, means everything is perfect. Okay, and therefore there should be no problems or challenges. That's where his question begins. If that's the case, why is it necessary to conclude the second phrase in the pasuk? To answer this question, we look to a ruling of the Magen Avraham, Orach Chaim 66:2. He rules in the name of the Rashba that it is permissible for a person to greet his friend while the friend is in the middle of reciting Shema. This is based on the Gemara and Brachos. He is allowed to greet him, even though this means that the friend will have to respond to him in the middle of his prayers. Ooh. Yeah, see Rashi in Brachos 13a, which says that it is permitted to say only the word shalom. So there's different machlokes in the Paiskim what to say. But you are allowed to respond. According to this, we can well understand the intent of the pasuk when it says, Shalom Rav le'ayavei sarasecha ein lo mai michshol. Okay? There's a abundant completion to the. Oh, let's change the word. I don't like the word peace. It's not the correct translation. I know even Red translates it that, but that's not correct. There's abundant completion to the lovers of your Torah. Okay, the people who love the Torah should greet each other with shalom. Oh, even during those times that seem to be inappropriate for greetings. For example, during Kriya Shema, and even more so while you're walking down the street. Pet peeve number 23 and a half. If you will ask, how is it possible that you should greet your friend at such a time? Doesn't that constitute the prohibition of don't place an obstacle in front of the blind? Right? Since by greeting him, you will have to respond in the middle of Shema. The pasuk in Tehillim therefore concludes with the words, There's no obstacle. To tell you that saying shalom to another person is not at all considered in the category of placing an obstacle in front of the blind. Why? When a person greets his friend, there can be no possibility of being considered a sin. Since Hashem loves peace or completion so much, or shalom, or just substitute the word shalom, because the greeting promotes peace and tranquility and completion. It brings two people together, right? There is a special dispensation to return the greeting, even if someone is in the middle of saying the Shema. Okay? Now, there's a little segula. I told you it would be short. The segula is from Menachem ben Noam in Pashke Shlita. Lifnei Chama Chadoshim Achri Mididi Beis Hamidrash Kana Sefer Zera Shimshon. So after many months that my friends purchased the Sefer Zera Shimshon, Teichshuhu Oimerli B'Shivrain Lev, when he said to me with a broken heart, as Kavanas Kiniyasai, why he purchased it? He says, Beni Kvar Mevugar, my son is already aged. He's older Bacher. Eineni Yodea Ma'alasais. I don't know what to do. Tkufa Arucha Shafilu Hashadchanim Kvar Lo Mitkashrim. So a long time has passed and the Shadchanim are not even calling. Imashma Dover Sefer Avtachosei Anidira Shel HaMechaber HaKadosh. So it's promised from the Mechaber of Shimshon Nachmani that he promised Echlit Lahaschel Velimud Sefer Zeh. He promised that he would help anybody with Yeshuas. So therefore I decided to start learning the Sefer Zera Shimshon L'Zchus B'noi Hayakar, my dearest son, Shezizka L'Zivug Hagon, that he would be privileged to a proper zivug, proper match. So he purchased the Sefer and started to learn. Every Shabbos at the time of the meal. Not only a few weeks went by and he found a beautiful shidduch for his son. But his son didn't hold it. That was his. It was valuable. It was his privilege. But he was mazaka others. So there was another person that a friend of his that lived in the same apartment structure. There was many years he was also trying to do shidduchim. And he didn't acquire his match. From this is understood. He asked them to please lend him the book. He said without intention. He says he's prepared to lend it to him for 4 weeks. That's it. In that time period, in those few weeks, where in the 5th week he got a shidduch, Be'ez Hashem, we should all be batzleich with all the Yeshuas and the Chamas from the Sefer, this Heilige Sefer, that answers many questions that I've had through the years and many other people. He's so clear in his tshuvas. Shilas and tshuvas. Okay, have a wonderful Shabbos, Parshas Nasa. Get the blessings from the Birkas Kahanim, Be'ez Hashem, that we get every day here, Baruch Hashem, in Eretz Yisrael. Kol Tov, Zay Gebench, Hatzlacha Rabba.